and scars. I'll brush you off just like the dust upon my shoulder. I have a hunch of who you are. Believe it or not, I got the strength to blow you over. I'm a hurricane, I'm bringing thunder and rain. I'm a hurricane if you get in my way. I'm a hurricane, always on top of my game. I'm a hurricane, I'm trying to get in my way. Hurricane, I'm bringing thunder and rain. I'm a hurricane if you get in my way. I'm a hurricane, always on top of my game. I'm a hurricane, I'm trying to get in my way. I'm a hurricane, I'm bringing thunder and rain. I'm a hurricane if you get in my way. I'm a hurricane, always on top of my game. I'm a hurricane, I'm trying to get in my way. Hurricane, I'm bringing thunder and rain. I'm a hurricane if you get in my way. I'm a hurricane, on top of my game. I'm a hurricane, I'm trying to get in my way.
We are just 1 week away from having our week off for Labor Day, but before we do that, we are going to head away and have one more race here at Daytona, here in the Xfinity Series, before we take that week-long break. But here we are for this round at Daytona with the iRacing E-Series, sponsored by Midwest Motor Customs, Butt Kicker, iRacing, iFlag, AC Paints, and obviously, most prominently, the main sponsor is Plan B Sales. So make sure you check all those guys out. These are the sponsors for this league. My name is Sam Cooper here with ESPN, and joining me in the booth again, hoping and praying we don't get another thunderstorm that cuts us off, because last time we were both together, we kind of ended things short. Tony's here with me tonight.
I was going to say that, yeah, that ended poorly last time, but, you know, fingers crossed this time.
Yeah, we get ready to kick things off here at Daytona in the Xfinity cars. Obviously, last time me and you were together, Tony, we were with the K&N cars. Obviously, two different beasts all together. But this one, the Xfinity cars, last time we had these, that was at Talladega. That created an absolutely mind-blowing finish. I'm guessing we're going to get pretty much the same here again tonight.
Yeah, except I don't think we're going to see four wide at the stripe.
Well, these guys have surprised me in the past, so. First,
If we see 4 wide we've got bigger problems.
yeah, pretty much. As we are about just over 2 minutes left in hot laps right now, as Jason Papp currently fastest by 55 1,000ths of a second over Brandon Wilson, Kyle Smalley and Keith Smalley, the two Smalleys occupying third and fourth. James Lowe in fifth, Aaron Tribble in P6, seventh going to Chris Worrell, eighth going to Zach Bowman, ninth to Elijah Innes, and 10th going to Rick Seabrands. Last week's winner, Gavin Hibbs, all the way down in P19, Tony, so not having it all his own way this time around.
Well, what I've noticed is a lot of these guys are trying out how the car is feeling in a pack. Gavin's been staying kind of to himself. He's working on qualifying right now.
Yes, we are.
So, yeah, I'm thinking when it comes time to pull the trigger here in about 2 minutes, Gavin's going to have something for these boys.
As Gavin Hibbs does jump up to P5 in the number 40, you see him there in the Hellman's machine. So a different dynamic on his car. I don't know who he's giving a shout out to.
Dale
The
Jr.
Hellmans. Oh, Dale Jr.? Ah, okay.
Yeah, that was the last car Dale Jr. drove.
Ah, okay. So Dale Jr.'s Hellman's machine out on track as there goes the 30. Oh. And that's the 30 of... I don't see a 30 in this field. That's great. So we're going to have another case of try and guess the driver to the number, because a lot of people are going to be running custom numbers here tonight, which is going to be a pain in the arse, but we're going to have to deal with it the best we can.
Yay and stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks, iRacing.
So Jason Papp currently in pit road. He is the fastest man in the session right now. As we're just ticking down to qualifying. As you see the 10 of Zishan Dura just taking a slide for life through the grass. A lot of different winners so far this season. One of which is not here.
Had a repeat winner yet?
I don't think we have.
That just shows you the depth of talent here in the iRacing East Series, is the fact that we have not had a repeat winner yet this season.
Yeah, that's pretty unbelievable. As we 68 hitting the wall pretty hard there. As checker flag comes out for practice, we are going to go straight in to qualifying now and bring up that good old qualifying ticker there for you on the left hand side of the screen. As we're going to see who the first one out of pit road will be. And it won't take long, and it's going to be Kyle Smalley out of pit road first. Rocking the orange number 46 this time. Usually likes to change his paint schemes more frequently than his underwear. That's kind of like how I do it. I'm always changing my paint schemes as well. So
yeah, but Sam, you got to remember, the first time you run a paint scheme, there's always that new paint curse that you got to deal with.
Yeah, and I get that curse every freaking week. So yeah, I should kind of stick with the same paint scheme every week, then, shouldn't I? Really?
Or at least go back and forth between a handful of them. So yeah, you still got different paint each week. But
well, that nice Kubota one that I ran on Wednesday. That one that I was running the Kubota scheme on Wednesday. I might stick with that for a while because I quite like that paint scheme. I don't know who Kubota is. I just like their logo.
No, it's okay. Don't bother. They're a tractor company.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, don't bother running the paint scheme I did for you. What do I know?
No. I'll bring that out for the special races. Like, Top Fuel Racing obviously has special races coming up, so, I
was going to say, like, the money race at Pocono?
Yeah, that one.
I can see the headlines now. Ferrari wins Pocono.
I mean, it could be a real thing in the future.
Yeah. And for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, I put just being a pillock, I put Ferrari logos all over Sam's IndyCar one day.
Yeah, that was
just to see how it looked.
that was a special occasion. I ran it at the last Indy 500 in the IndyCar league that we run. Going back to qualifying, Kyle Smalley dropping into P3, Rick Seabrands into the pole spot right now. We're going to take a look at Mark Mann, who's running the 0-4 as he comes out of turn 4 and makes the run down to line. Derek Pemberton dropping into P9, Elijah Ennis into P9. We've got times coming in thick and fast. Mark Mann up to second place. Good time for him. 1/1000th of a second separating him in the 92.
That's impressive. The fact that you've only got 1,000 separating 1 and 2, but you take a look all the way back through 10th, 12th, 13th is only separated by less than a 10th.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very impressive.
Scott Warren.
Yeah. And 1/1000th of a second ahead of Scott Warren. Ahead of Rick Seabrands. It's just that close. As we're taking a look at one man that really impressed us last week, me and Frank in the booth, that was Michael Anthony. As he comes out of turn 4, let's see what he can throw down as he comes down towards the line. And who else is going to...
Get that man a Van Halen paint scheme.
Yeah. Not very impressive there for Mark Anthony. The slowest time on the board there for the number 8, as we're going to go to one of the stalwarts in this league. That is Mr. Greg McConey in the Purdue number 12. Looking very black and gold there. Very reminiscent of a Lotus paint scheme. But we won't go any further than that because this is NASCAR of all things. As he crosses the line, let's see what this one's going to do for him. 50.227, I believe. So that 276. So that's going to put him P14 for now. As Jason Papp out on track now in the number 1 machine. Got the Plan B cells rocking on the back of the car as he comes out of turn 4. Let's see what this man's going to put down. Obviously, he was fastest in hot lap sessions, and that will put him up to P10. So a top 10 start for the chief cook and bottle washer of the league. Here comes Keith Smalley making his way out of pit road. I'm not sure he's got enough time. GT Park might just make it. And I don't think he will. Oh, that's a shame. Anyway, I'll be right back because I seem to have lost something and I need to go and find it. Tony, just let them know what they've got to expect for the race coming up ahead.
Well, we're looking at 80 laps here at Daytona International Speedway. It looks like 50% fuel, no fast repairs, and unlimited tires tonight. And 64-degree ambient air temperature, 66-degree track temperature, winds out of the east at 2 miles an hour, relatively low humidity, which means these guys are going to be making gobs of horsepower. Well, gobs of horsepower for an Xfinity car. We're only looking at relative humidity of 34%, which means the water greens are going to be kind of low. Air density is going to be up. Night track, cool track. These guys are going to be able to. The track's not going to completely kill the tires lap in and lap out, solely because it's nice and cool, but the cars are making a ton of power. Mm-hmm. Look for these guys to be able to carve in traffic. It's going to be fun to watch. As it looks like we have 34 cars getting ready to take the grid. Starting
field.
up on the big field, Sam.
Carry on. Okay.
Starting up on row number 1, we're going to see Scott Warren and Rick Seabrands. Mark Mann and Cody Smith are going to start in row number 2. Row 3 is going to see Kyle Smalley and Sean Stevens. Brody Smith and Mark Adams going to make up row number 4. Row 5 is going to see Joe Francis and Jason Papp. And row 6 is going to see Zishan Dura.
There you go.
And James Lowe. Sam?
Brandon Wilson and Zach Bowman will make up row 7. Row 8 will be Greg McConey and Elijah Innes. Row 9 will be Gavin Hibbs and Ryan Worley. And row 10 will make up Derek Pemberton and Ryan Dormer. Row 11 will be Michael Anthony and Daniel Falcon. Row 12 will be Chris Worrell. And row 13 will be Connor Trafari and James Cato. Tony finishes off.
Hold on.
Row 14.
There we go. Brad Bothwell and GT Park going to make up row number 14, with row 15 going to Jesse Cottrell and Aaron Tribble. Ryan Brodick and Nick Wing are going to make up row 16, with row 17 going to Gene Cato and John Lombard.
That's it.
And just in, Connor Trafari getting an EOL.
Yeah, that's for that's a penalty for something that kind of happened last week, which I don't really know exactly what happened, but he got a penalty for something that happened last week, so he's having to serve that one. But Scott Warren not taking the grid for this race. Oh no, he did. There we go. I do apologise, Scott. And that is a very nice paint scheme on that number 17, I will add.
Yeah, that's a nice looking
this is
nice looking car as the field works its way out at turn number 4. Pace truck getting ready to haul on in. Sam, the only thing that's really left to say is pull the belts tight one more time. Grandpa Papa Viagra, because it's time to get it on at the World Center of Speed.
Yep, as they fly off out of the tri-oval and in towards turn 1. Scott Worley going to have control of the field as they head towards the first corner of this race, as it looks like Rick Seabrand's going to try and hold on to that second line. That second line's starting to falter already, as Mark Mann giving that number 17 car a very big push coming out of turn 2.
Man pushing the daylights out of Warren right now, and almost both of them have the clear over Seabrands.
Yeah,
but these guys they're minding their P's and Q's. I'm kind of impressed so far at the fact that nobody's gotten chippy yet.
Yeah, it's still early days as we have the 22 right behind him. Brody Smith running a new paint scheme tonight, running the Ritz and Oreos paint scheme there, the red and white scheme. He's usually running blue and white, so very different here tonight. Sean Stevens is a driver that's pretty much new here tonight in the 05. He's running the Key Reality paint scheme. Right behind the 7 of Cody Smith, who led a lot of laps last week, but unfortunately ended in tears. He ended up wrecking his truck and being several laps down. Tony, I'm not sure if you've seen one of these races before, but they usually have pretty wild finishes. I hope you're strapped in for this one.
Well, I kind of have no choice but to be strapped in, as I'm Batman in a wheelchair. But this just in, the 12 team is having spotter troubles, so on that.
So that
Ryan Broderick has disconnected.
Yeah, Broderick had a few connection issues last week. Unfortunately, they're plaguing him again here tonight. That is the 12 right there, just running to the inside of the 70 of Raymond Dormer, having spotter issues. So Greg McConey driving blind right now, pretty much.
Yeah, and that's the scariest feeling in the world, especially on a super speedway or plate track, if you will. As tight as the competition is around these places. Now, granted, you're not normally 3-wide like you can get at Talladega on a regular basis, but still, just the fact that he has no one to tell him what's going on around him, that's kind of an eerie feeling.
As we go back to the lead pack now, Rick Seabrand's starting to get a headway on that outside line, coming through 1 and 2, now being pushed by Cody Smith. Has got obviously Sean Stevens and the one of Jason Papp right behind him. So that outside line's starting to figure things out here as we halfway through lap 4 now.
Now, you don't think that as we've got a new leader, you don't think he started in second gear to make sure that he didn't chunk the start, do you?
Maybe. I mean, obviously on these races, this is only 80 laps long, so it's a pretty short race by comparison to real-life NASCAR as Warren goes to the outside of Seabrands coming down towards turn 1 now. You kind of, even though it's a short race by comparison to real-life NASCAR and what we've seen in the Daytona 500, you still want to take it easy on the start, and that's probably what the case was.
Yeah, absolutely is. The 92 really starting to make some headway as we're 3 wide for 10th.
Yeah, and that is Daniel Falkingham back there in the 0-3. Just to his inside there is, I believe that's Marcus Adams. No. I could be wrong. The bright yellow car, that is... can't see who that is. James Lowe. And the 99. A bright yellow car, the Balls Out team. They are very high in numbers in this league, and
I'm sorry, what? Say that again.
BAWLS. Balls. The motto is Balls Out. Yeah, you heard me right. As
kind of like what we used to call our broadcasting company.
Bofa. Both of these. Anyway, Daniel Falkingham still holding strong on that very high line there, Tony. One wrong move, he could end up in the wall here.
That's one of the more difficult places to run, is that outside line, as we are 3 wide for second now.
Yeah, and that's Cody Smith getting pushed out there by Falkingham, and Scott Warren kind of in that mix as well, as you see Mark Mann getting a bit unsettled there on the backstretch, being pretty much boxed in there. Oh, there goes Mark Mann into the infield. Has to back it out, he doesn't! And that is going to cause the first wreck of the night, and that is going to be the first caution of the night here, Tony.
Yeah, and there's a lot of drivers that are not happy.
Yeah, Mark Mann should have backed it down when he got pushed out into the grass there. And I said he was looking very unsettled when the 0-4 came out of turn 2. And we're going to take another look at that. And he was still looking unsettled coming down towards the... and yeah, it was Scott Warren that kind of nudged him to the infield there. Man trying to get back on track as quickly as possible, just did not back down. Jason Papp, Kyle Smalley, it looked like Stevens was caught in that as well. Oh, big
Borman
jump there.
caught a huge piece of that.
Yeah, Zach Bowman. Not going to be happy, and like you said, a lot of drivers not happy anyway, as first caution of the night comes out on track, and bit of a nudge from Scott Warren caused Mark Mann to go off into the grass, and unfortunately Mann did not back down and just absolutely just came back up on the track in front of everybody.
So yeah, apparently they're still wrecking under the caution, as all I have to say is it's a good thing that you don't have the in-sim chatter turned on, because there are a couple of drivers right now that are just raging.
Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, it's a very unorthodox move to come back up on the track like Mark Mann did, and it kind of created a whole melee, as we got pit stops going on already here, Tony. People trying to take top up of fuel, not tires, but fuel there for Rick Seabrands. And
the 86 is spun.
86. That's Aaron Tribble.
But yeah, I was looking at where that bump took place, and it was right, almost dead even with the bus stop. You can't really blame Mark Man on that one because where he got hit, there's not a lot of room to get the car mowed down. If he had hit the brakes, he would have just skidded through the grass, and it would have been the same result anyways. He at least tried to drive the car on the apron.
Yeah. And when you're going at that speed, it's kind of hard to control the car when it's out of shape anyway. I mean, but it is what it is. It's Superspeedway racing. That's what happens. And it says, "Make my day on the side of Mark Mann's car." I mean, I'm pretty sure he made a lot of people's day here today.
Yeah, unfortunately, no fast repairs here tonight, and so there's a lot of pissed off drivers.
Jason Papp, his number one car is destroyed. Aaron Tribble in pit road with a destroyed car as well. Kyle Smalley is probably not the happiest at all. He's in pit road with a pretty badly damaged car. And Jason Papp coming back out on track, actually, with only half a car left. So, there is that. Elijah Innes in pit road as well. Greg McConey in pit road. Got the 70 of Dormer down there as well in pit road. Sorry.
The 27 going for a slide through the grass.
27.
It's Cottrell in the 27 Marines car. Came out of pit road and just hooked it.
Yeah, and he's towed again, so that's not going to be a good time there for the 27. We've got the 33 in pit road as well. That's Gene Cato in taking a pit stop, as well as James Lowe, the only driver opting to stay out here, and I believe he just
the only one not involved.
Yeah, he just got away with that one in that bright green Balls Guarana 99. As we were on lap 10 of 80 here, the lights are off on the pace truck already.
Chevy Silverado pace truck, the official pace truck of iRacing.
Yeah, absolutely. As they come around to turn 4. The Balls Guarana number 99 of James Lowe on the inside. The Yeti number 92 of Rick Seabrand is on the outside. So that's your front row right there. Followed by Scott Warren and Brody Smith on row 2. As the pace truck is off. Green flag in the air. We are racing once again here at Daytona.
I just saw the front end of Gavin Hibbs' car, and he's driving a pavement modified at this point in time.
You think that's bad? Just take a look at Scott Papp's car. Jason Papp's car, sorry.
Let me find Jason Papp. Not quite as bad.
Yeah, so yeah, come down the backstretch here. Scott Warren getting a huge push from Rick Seabrand here. And Warren will go to the point here as they come into turn 3. And Warren getting the best start out of everybody on that restart there. Scott going straight to the lead right there.
Everybody's still minding their P's and Q's right now.
Pretty much, as looks like they're struggling to keep a straight line in the mid-pack there, as we see another bright green car on the outside. I think that's the 501.
That's Brandon Wilson.
Yeah.
The biggest problem is, I mean, when you think about what you're trying to deal with, these cars punch such a huge hole in the air that, I mean, the only way I can liken it is, for you folks over where Sam is, it'd be like trying to follow a lorry down the highway. Over here in the States, it's trying to follow a semi down the highway. And these guys are maybe a foot and a half off of the car in front of them. So try that sometime, provided you don't get a speeding ticket. But you know, that's what these guys are trying to do. They're trying to hold the car straight while following so much disturbed air in front of him that it just kind of shakes the wheel out of your hand.
Yeah, Brody Smith using Keith Smalley as a pick there to push his way to the front, as well as being pushed by GT Parker. Now he will take over at the lead in this one as they come out of turn 4 on lap 13. And GT Park making his way forward very quickly. Very good start to the race for him as Jason Papp coming back down pit road again.
Yeah, I'm thinking Jason Papp might be calling it because that car is way off.
Absolutely. So Brody Smith taking over at the point here as they come through turns 1 and 2. GT Park currently occupying second place. He's got Rick Seabrands and looks like Brandon Wilson's making his way forward. Ryan Worley in the 00 on that outside line, the blue and white car you see right there on the outside of Scott Warren making his way forward as well. And I've noticed that Joe Francis making his way forward. A lot of these people have started near the back and making their way to the front now already. And I'm guessing that wreck at the start kind of helped with that.
Yes, it did. And, the guys that qualified towards the back that were able to pick their way through and not get clobbered by spinning cars or ARCA brake, as one driver in the sim has called it so far tonight. They're starting to pick their way through the field, and yeah, they might not have had the greatest qualifying spot, but you get them in the mix, and here we go.
Yeah, and the one man that has benefited from that wreck was the 48 of Connor Trafari. Remember, given that EOL at the start of the race, already finds himself up to P12, running alongside Derek Pemberton, who's to his outside right now. The 03 of Daniel Falkingham right there as well, as we've got a battle, a drag race towards the line. Give that lap to Brody Smith as they come towards turn 1 here on lap 16.
16 one-thousandths of a second, Smith over Park, and Park started 28th in this field. That's pretty deep, and the fact that he was able to survive that melee and now running up towards the front, this is nothing short of just flat out impressive.
And the best thing about GT Park making his way up there as well, that first pit stop they just took, he took 4 tyres out of that one, and he's definitely reaping the benefits now. I'm not sure if there are unlimited amount of tyres, but
there are.
So he's going to have to look after those ones now.
No, it's unlimited tires.
Okay.
Unlimited tires with only 50% fuel.
That might explain why they only took fuel that time around then. Only driver that has not pit yet. Actually, there's 2 drivers that haven't pit yet. James Lowe down to P6 now after starting at the front of the pack. He's back down there and actually still dropping as it looks like Ryan Worley's trying to get around him now for P6 as Ryan Broderick is back in the session. He's the only other driver that has not taken it down pit road yet.
It's because he hasn't had to take it down pit road yet. He started from the pits. But
as they come around Kyle Smalley, and Smalley's not getting off to the worst start possible, being caught up, probably getting one of the people getting the worst of that wreck, and he is now 2 laps down from the leaders as Brody Smith still holding on. And that outside line just cannot get things figured out right now as Derek Pemberton and Daniel Falkingham can't really get hooked up back there right now.
That's a scary moment.
Yeah, Keith Smalley almost getting into them there. That was scary.
And, Smalley is, so far off the pace because he's another one of those drivers that caught up in that melee. And for lack of a better analogy, he's driving a pavement modified.
Absolutely, and there's a few drivers like that here tonight as we've already mentioned Jason Papp and who else was it that we mentioned? It was
the 40.
The 40, yeah. Of Gavin Hibbs, and Hibbs is not doing too badly, up there in P16, but he's got to keep an eye, and he's doing the right thing right now, staying out of the draft pretty much, because If he gets too close to the draft, that's going to burn his water and oil are going to go through the roof if he gets too close to the car in front of him.
Not really, because he doesn't have a bumper.
Yeah.
So he's got all that air rolling into the radiators right now. And he could basically, stay sucked up right behind somebody, provided the car is actually capable of doing that at this point, which I don't think it is, because he is starting to fade back right now.
Yeah, just approaching 1/4 distance in this race now as Brodie Smith still leading this pack down towards turn 3. GT Park still occupying second place. Rich Seabrand's trying to take that second place on that inside line, but obviously that outside line's still very strong as they're coming up on Kyle Smalley. I think they're coming up on Kyle Smalley again. I could be wrong. We'll just get another confirmation of that. And no, it's not Kyle Smalley they're coming up on. They're coming up on another one of the orange cars. I couldn't quite see who that was.
The 33.
That's the 33 of Gene Cato, who's made it back out of pit road and just gone one lap down. So one of the other drivers unfortunately caught up in that wreck, and it's looking very possible we might see another different winner here tonight, considering the amount of people up front that have not won a race yet this season.
Yeah, this is turning into a very interesting dichotomy as far as what I have seen of this league and what I know of this league. There's a lot of hungry wolves right now sitting in that top 15.
Yeah, pretty much.
And any one of them is in position right now that they could pull this one off.
As Falkingham taking that very high line once again, he gets around. I believe that was the 06 of Ryan Broderick, just putting him in on that down. Derek Pemberton getting pushed out now up to the very high line, and he won't be happy to see that happen, as he's going to get pretty much freight trained at this point, or maybe not. The side draft kind of working well as Pemberton's scraping the wall there.
And give that lap to GT Park by 2/1000ths of a second.
Couldn't get any closer, really, could you? Well,
you could, but not visibly.
One of the drivers that really impressed on his debut last week was Michael Anthony. He's already made his way back up there. He is up to P7 now, and he was one of the slowest in qualifying, so good to see him up there in that top 10 now, as Pemberton and Falkingham still duking it out there, as Pemberton's going to try the inside line, and Keith Smalley almost causing another melee there.
Yeah, Smalley's doing his best to try to, hold the steady line, but it cannot be easy with absolutely no body work on the front of that car.
Not at all, as they're coming up to the 27.
Yep.
Jesse Cottrell falling back another lap there. That puts him 5 laps down, as GT Park out through that melee, then almost getting caught up with.
This is going to end poorly.
Yeah, it is.
Because Borman's already not happy with the 90.
Uh-oh. The Bowman in the 9. And that's the 90 as well, just ahead of him. That's Nicholas Wing. One of the very few Toyota Supras out there tonight. GT Park running a Mustang. I know there is a Supra in that top 10 somewhere. I just got to find it. They're very hard to track down. Oh, there he is. That's Anthony that's driving the Supra. There we go.
Okay.
We need the Supra in the Cup Series.
No, we don't. No, we don't, because I'm already pissed off enough at iRacing for what they did with the Cup cars.
I mean, the camera is bad enough.
Well, no, my point is this, is I at one point owned all 3 Cup cars so that I could paint them. And now the only car I do own that's legal for Monster Energy Cup racing is the Camry, and just, what the hell? I can understand them updating cars to fit what's going on in the real world series, but when somebody buys a car, you know, and iRacing decides to arbitrarily update the car, you should give the car for free to the people that already own the legal cars. Like if you're replacing the brand that I own, I should get the new one of that brand.
True. Still looking forward to some new cars coming to the service, though. The new LMP2 car. Looking forward to that one. And
yeah, that's a sharp looking car.
And the fairgrounds are coming to iRacing in September as well. That's going to be a good one.
Yes. You know, I heard they were skating national and going, oh, please don't be the Superspeedway, and they found out it was a fairgrounds. I was all giddy.
Although NASCAR is going back to the Superspeedway soon.
Yeah.
I think it's next season they're going back there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. As James Lowe, I've just noticed him. He's fallen well off the pace for some reason. He has gone a lap down. He was running up there with the leaders at one point, just really dropped off for some unknown reason, and is now a lap down. Some problems there for the 99, as people are just dropping like flies out of this one. This has been a very attrition-based race already.
Well, the biggest thing is Lowe doesn't have any real drafting help because the 8's not close enough to give him a good shove on that outside line. And they're having to dodge all the lap cars.
Yes, Keith Smalley goes another lap down there. That's 4 laps down now for the 2. Michael Anthony still holding strong in the top 10 there. Brody Smith still. We've got some separation here. This is what I like to see on the long runs here.
Yeah, well, we're about to see green flag stops.
Yeah, and this is going to make things interesting.
Your leader is announcing he's pitting this time.
That's Brody Smith coming down. Is Rick Sebrands and Scott Warren going to come down with him? That's going to be the big question. We're going to find that answer out right now. As here comes Brody Smith. He's going to bring Falkingham, Pemberton, Michael Anthony. As we've got big tyre smoke coming down towards the line. I'm guessing a couple of drivers there are going to get penalties here, Tony, because it looked like a couple of them were not slowed down at the line there.
There's a good possibility Christopher Worrell's going to get a hold in his pit stall because he charged the ever-loving blazes out of that commitment line. No, he didn't. He got it woed.
Biggest loser out of that one will be Michael Anthony. He overshot his pit box by an absolute mile as Sebrands left on his own with Scott Warren there. Now these two, they're going to come down. They've obviously got to respond to this one, and they do. As Mark Mann comes down as well. It's like James Cato is going to come down as well. Cato, another former race winner in this season so far. Greg McConey just coming out of pit road there.
They better get this sorted out quickly.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay.
So Scott Warren sliding into the number 1 box as they come out of pit road right there. Warren will win the race off pit road. Has the advantage right there, but are they going to get up to speed in time before Falkingham and co get to them? Falkingham did win the race off pit road ahead of Brody Smith, and here we go. Towards turn 1 they come. Scott Warren.
Falkingham is about to inherit the lead because he should be going by in 3, 2, 1. There he is.
Yeah, out of turn 1, and he's going to catch up to Warren very quickly, and this trio of cars really going at lightning speed right now, and they are going to easily fly past Warren into the top three. Warren and Seabrand's pretty much stationary. And here comes another pack of cars coming to the outside, and it's led by GT Park.
GT Park looking to get back to the front. He got that taste of what it's like to lead this field. So he's going to want to get back up there. But right now, Daniel Falkingham is just in total control. He's got Brody Smith and Chris Worrell right with him.
Worrell pretty much coming out of nowhere and all of that one. We thought he was going to get a penalty in this pit stop, but obviously did not, as they're coming around the 68 of Elijah Innes and the 46 of Kyle Smalley. Now, Smalley's put himself in a very difficult position here because he's stared down on that bottom line, and everybody's had to take avoidant action. Gavin Hibbs having to take to the apron there.
I think some poo just came out.
Yeah, I think so too. So here comes Brody Smith now to the outside of Chris Worrell. Falkingham backing out of it just slightly, and here comes Scott Warren as well. Big dive for him to the inside, getting a big draft off of the 6 there, as the we have the 30 on the outside. 31 on the outside, I apologise. That's the 31 of... I'll get it.
Marcus Adams.
That's the one. And he's 40. Another one that surprised me and made his way up there pretty surprisingly, as he's crept up there out of nowhere. The one that's really surprising me, despite being in that wreck that brought out the caution here tonight, Tony, is Mark Mann. He's got a heavily damaged car, but still able to keep it up there.
That car, it's not as damaged as it looks, because where it's damaged, you can kind of get away with it. Now, if he had the right side completely pancaked or the left side completely pancaked, yeah, he'd be screwed. But just that crinkle in that corner, as long as you're in the draft, you're going to be okay.
Yep, as we're looking from the dynamic cam of the lead pack right now, and it's Brody Smith versus Chris Worrell as they come out of turn 4, coming down towards the tri-oval. You can see Scott Warren and Daniel Falkingham right behind them, and right behind them is Rick Seabrands and GT Park, with Mark Mann and Marcus Adams right there, and Cody Smith making his way back up to the front there. Good move for the 7, with Joe Francis, another one that's decided it's time to make a bid for the top 10 here, as he's just outside the top 10 in P11.
Yep, Joe Francis started 9th, kind of hung back a little bit, made sure he made it through that first melee. He was one of the lucky ones. But, this pack of cars, throw a blanket over your top 12 right now.
Yep. As they come out of turn 4 once again to complete another lap here. We are very quickly heading towards halfway point here at Daytona. And it's Brody Smith that's going to lead them across the line once again. Chris Worrell really pushing the issue here on that outside line, and you see Scott Warren getting a bit out of shape there, going through 1 and 2. They have to be careful about that when they're coming through the corners, especially if they're lined 2 by 2 like they are. You get out of shape and you lose the car, and then you take the whole field with you.
Well, you have a replay of how that first wreck started. You just accidentally hip checked the person next to you, and next thing you know, there's 35 guys pissed at you.
Yep, as they put a lap on Connor Trafari, who I believe had a penalty. No, he didn't have a penalty actually. He was only 2.6 in his box, but has somehow four laps down.
Partner.
Oh,
no dance partner, so that's why he's unfortunately now 4 laps down.
Yeah, unfortunately, as we are still looking at this lead pack right here, still being led by Brody Smith as they come down towards the 3-4 complex here, and that outside line looking very undermanned right now, as the inside line really controlling proceedings as they come down towards the tri-oval. They're going to come towards another bunch of lap traffic here. It's going to be Keith Smalley again, and Chris Worrell might be caught out there on that outside line by the two, and he will, and Worrell is going to be severely hurt by that one. And it might lose the draft because that is going to leave Connor Jafari right behind him, and Jafari does not want to help at all, it seems. It looks like he might have changed his mind now, but
Jafari was trying to stay off him.
Yeah. That slow car really hurt Worrell there. That's going to cost him possibly the draft of this lead pack now.
And Worrell is saying that his spotter's not working and his timing and scoring isn't working, so he has no idea where the lap cars are. So Connor Trafari now has a dancing partner. Let's see if they can start to make something happen between the two of them.
Well, Trafari is going to have to be the sacrificial lamb here because he's 4 laps down already. So he's just going to have to help the lead lap car get back up to the lead pack. Let's go to another driver that's having spotter troubles here tonight. That is Greg McConey. He's just ahead of the 3 of James Cato.
And we're under caution.
Yeah, caution is out. We're trying to find out who it is. It's going to
90.
Zeshandora and Nicholas Wing. What's going on here? And
started with a 95.
Oh, wow. So Le Bombard starting that one. Let's go back to Le Bombard and find out exactly what happened here. So Le Bombard getting into the side of Durham. It was started by Keith Smalley, actually. Smalley just getting in the way and just... I hate to say it here, Tony, but I knew it was coming. It was going to happen.
Oh, yeah. You knew it was coming because, when you've got cars that far off the pace, it's one of the reasons why in the real world in NASCAR they've implemented, I believe it's a 110% rule where your lap time can be no more than 100. It's 110% of what the leader's time is. If you can't maintain that lap speed, and you are asked to go into the pits and try to repair it.
Yeah, unfortunately, Keith Smalley starting that a little melee that happened right there. That's going to bring out caution number 2 here, and Brody Smith gonna lead them down to pit road, it seems. So we're gonna have another set. Gonna have a full set of pit stops here, Tony, and gonna make things interesting at this point now. As we're just coming up to halfway.
I was going to say, here's the good news for Gavin Hibbs. That should give him the lucky dog. But whether or not he's going to be able to stay there, that's a different story. But yeah, you look for wholesale pit stops. I mean, these guys, we're at the halfway point right now. Your best bet, put fresh tires on. You got to put fuel in it one more time. And you should be able to make it to the finish from here, or from there, I should say, because we're only running 50% fuel. So we have not seen the money stop yet, but we are at halfway.
As the race off pit road is won by Daniel Falkingham, who took 2 tires, just like Brody Smith did. Actually, most of that lead, a lot of drivers in that top 10 taking only 2 tires. Scott Warren, Cody Smith, Ryan Worley, and everybody else behind Ryan Worley taking 4 tires. Derek Pemberton, Mark Mann, Rick Seabrands, Brody Smith, and Daniel Falkingham only taking 2. So I think they only took left sides as well. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how the cars are going to handle. And I just got a good look at Jason Papp's car, who is back out on the track 11 laps down. And yes, that does look a lot like a pavement modified.
I mean, you can see you can actually see the engine inside the car. It's keeping his car cool. I will give him that.
Oh yeah. One of the things I would like to say, speaking of pavement modifieds, is I want to give a big flying fickle finger of fate to the New York State legislative branch, telling Oswego Speedway that they cannot hold any races this season, especially considering that next weekend was supposed to be the 83rd running of the Oswego Speedway Classic. And this will be the first time in the track's history that they've had to postpone it to the following season.
Speaking of Oswego, we got the
No, we don't.
Super Dirt Week. It's not going to happen this year?
Nope.
No.
Not in New York State.
Which is a shame, because Weed Sport is another dirt track that could do with a bit more action as well. So, speaking of Weed Sport, that's coming to iRacing as well.
But God forbid we stand in the way of MTV and they're give me another trophy awards.
Yeah.
Do I sound bitter?
A little bit.
Good, because I am.
And iRacing recently releasing a screenshot of the of their rendition of the Weed Sport Speedway. I'm not sure if you saw that, Tony.
I did, and the thing is that's how the track looks. That's my home track.
Yeah.
That is Weed Sport. Or as I grew up on it, it was the Cayuga County Fair Speedway.
So a lot of memories when you see that track in action. As Tony, get us going here.
Helps if I'm live, doesn't it?
Yeah.
As the green flag comes back out, Falkenham pulls the trigger, and we are back underway. It's Brody Smith not getting the greatest jump in the world, and he is a man on a lonely island right now. No help for the 22 on that outside lane, Sam.
None at all. Seabrands and Warren and Mann just jumped to the inside there. Warren not going to stay there for long, though, as he's going to opt for the outside line as well. Actually jumps back in, so he can't really make his mind up as what to do. Seabrands will take the outside line, though, as they fly off in towards turn 3, Tony. Seabrands and Warren want to make their way to the front as quickly as possible. Looks like Brody Smith going to get shuffled out to that very high line, as he is trying to make his way back to the front as quickly as possible as well.
I dare say he had to drag the brake hardcore to avoid getting tangled with somebody. As we've got a new leader, and it is Rick Seabrands in the Yeti 92. As he got the shove from hell from Scott Warren right there. Warren now getting a push from Brody Smith. So that outside line is starting to form up. Whether or not they're going to really have anything, because we have seen that the lead car, yeah, you can get that outside line, get a good shove, but everybody wants that inside line. So as soon as that first car gets clear, he just hangs everybody else out there out to dry.
And look at Brody Smith. He is absolutely hooked onto that back bumper of Scott Warren. There is absolutely no space between them. He is absolutely latched onto the back of that 17 right now.
Absolutely. As Warren got that lap 7/1000ths of a second. That's about 4 coats of paint, ladies and gentlemen, at 190 miles an hour as they haul it down the super stretch here at Daytona International Speedway. Warren, Seabrand, Smith, Falkingham, Smith, Mann, Francis, Pemberton, and Lowe, your top 10 right now.
GT Park just making his making himself known in the top 10. And James Lowe, very lucky boy to see himself back on the lead lap after all that. He is back on the same pit cycle as everybody else. He only took fuel that time around, and he did get the lucky dog. I think he got the lucky dog, or was it Gavin Hibbs? It might have been Hibbs.
Yeah, it was Hibbs.
And Hibbs running behind Ryan Broderick right now. Looks like Keith Smalley has finally put it on the Hall of Fame for Zach Bowerman and Raymond Dormer. Those guys are out of this one now, as this attrition rate really starting to take hold now, and this battle for the lead starting to take hold as well. As Scott Warren really trying to get to that the front of the pack once again, but Falkingham really not making it easy, as Seabrands latched onto the back of the 03, and Brody Smith really latched onto the back of the 17, pushing the living daylights out of both cars.
Yeah, these guys are putting on a clinic in how to draft in a B car in iRacing and not kill everybody. So if you're looking to run the B fixed coming up here this weekend, take notes, because what you're seeing right now is how you do it and not destroy the field.
And this is primarily top split guys that are in this field, so you've got to be in the top split to be able to join. Actually, Scott Warren is only 1300 I rated, so he'll be in the lower splits, wouldn't he? So yeah, let's get Scott Warren on your radar.
And keep your eye on Connor Trafari. He's probably going to throughput here in about 2 seconds.
But Trafari having connection issues. It looks like Ryan Broderick having more connection issues as well. As Derek Pemberton looking to that far outside line as well. Looking very punchy, but not got any help there on that high line. He's got Cody Smith and Marcus Mann to his inside. Not going to be able to do anything about those two, as he's going to have to fall back in line there, Tony.
Unfortunately, nobody wanted to go with the Citgo 82, so just going to have to ride for now, as we are quickly approaching 30 to go. But yeah, how about Falkingham? I mean, started 22nd, was able to keep that car clean, and currently showing the way. After there goes Trafari having a throughput. As Pemberton looking to the outside of the 17 as they haul their way through the 3-4 complex, they are 3 wide for 6th.
Scott Warren getting caught in the sucker hole there, right through the middle of the pack. And that is what they call it. If you get caught in that middle pack on your own, that is called the sucker hole. And you're going to get put right back in the mix of it. And that's exactly what's happened to the 17 right there. Falling all the way back to P5. Pemberton couldn't exactly get around him at the same time. As here comes the 31 and Marcus Adams making his way forward again. Lowe and Brandon Williams back there. Those two Bulls Garada cars. Actually, I take it back about Brandon Wilson. I don't think he's driving a Bulls car, but it's looking very similar to the 99, but slightly different shade of voluminous green there.
Yeah.
I think it was Brody Smith now. Big push on the outside line. They're coming up to put another lap on Jason Papp there. No pun intended. As they come towards turn 1, not enough momentum on that outside line, not enough help there for Brody Smith, as Falkingham gonna hold on for the time being as they come out of turn 2. Seabrand still latched onto the back of that 0-3 right now.
You gotta wonder how much longer Rick Seabrands can stay tucked up to Falkingham right now, because you and I both know that even with a wide open radiator, you're only good for maybe 3 laps of pushing before you're going to have every light on that dash turn red.
Yeah, he's going to have to take a break, otherwise he's going to blow that engine in that number 92 car. Same for Cody Smith. He's tucked right up behind the 22 right now. As Joe Francis, I've noticed he's been creeping up behind these guys as well, right, latching onto the back of the 04 and Mark Mann. So watch for him in the closing stages of this race as they're coming up on Ryan Broderick, and it looks like they're coming up on the back of John LeBombard as well to put another lap on both of those cars. Single file behind them, being led by, I believe that is Marcus Adams, leading that little second pack there. We've got a bit of separation here, and I believe we will be coming up on green flag pit stops very soon if things stay as they are. They are just putting a little lap on Le Bombard right there. That second pack being led by Adams. And Ryan Worrell still struggling to recover from that big loss of speed that he suffered before the caution came out. Still recovering from that.
Yeah, that was an ugly an incident that could have gotten even worse, and I think it probably shook his confidence right to the core. As he's currently mired in 13th spot, but we are coming up on a set of green flag stops sometime within the next I dare say 8 laps. We should see these guys start breaking towards pit road, and that should be the money stop. Whether or not it is, yet to be seen. But give that lap to Falkingham, 24 thousandths of a second, as Brody Smith doing everything he can to try to side draft but not kill Falkingham. And you got to think the frustration level's got to be starting to mount on that outside lane, Sam.
Yeah, Brody and Cody Smith really trying to make their way forward. That outside line just cannot get things together right now, as they are fighting amongst themselves right now. And Derek Pemberton and Scott Warren almost getting into it there through turns 3 and 4. And that's kind of created a tiny bit of separation for the pack there and kind of mixed things up a little bit there, Tony.
I'm sorry, I got to put my heart back in my chest right now, as I thought we were about to see the big one, as that kind of did shake up the running order. We now have a pretty good separation of the top 7 and then everybody else, because everybody that saw what happened with the Pemberton and Warren, they probably just closed their eyes and let off the gas.
Now just put another lap on Keith Smalley. Here comes Brody Smith now right in front of Falkingham. Takes over the lead once again there. Good move by the 22, but leaves his namesake out to dry there, with only Derek Pemberton and Ryan Broderick to push him. Cody Smith needs a lot more help than what he's got right now.
Well, I mean, how many times have we seen namesakes with brothers, cousins, whatever, in other leagues do that to each other, and mom has to break up the argument. You know exactly what I'm referring to, Sam.
Paskies.
Yeah. As Gavin Hibbs said, he just said that he's praying for a caution at this point in time because he's about to go a lap down.
Yeah, there's got Zayshan Dora, Nicholas Wing, and I believe that is Kyle Smalley right behind him. This little pack running together, and you can see the lead pack are right there. As I just still cannot get over the state of Jason Papp's car. That is a horrific wreck of a car there. There's just no front end on that car whatsoever.
I was going to say, now you people know what is under the nose of your favorite NASCAR style car. There's a V8 engine and a lot of fuel tubing.
Superchargers, isn't it?
They're naturally aspirated.
Oh, okay. So no turbos. No turb skis in these cars.
No twin turb skis, no superchargers, no shenaniganry, no nitrous oxide. It's it's an electronically controlled throttle body injection unit. It comes from the manufacturer, and these guys are already starting to figure out their pit cycles, because guys are asking each other, hey, how many more laps you got? How many more laps you got? So these guys are trying to figure out the fuel windows.
Yeah, it looks like we've lost John LeBombard here, unfortunately, as he's looks like he might have called it a night. As try and see if we can find him. Is he? No, he's still out on track, but he's on his own. Brody Smith leading single file now, and you can tell they're getting ready for pit stops here, because you wouldn't see him in this kind of state if they weren't. Single file right now as they're coming up towards turn 3.
Great.
and we're going to see now if any of them peel off towards pit road here, because normally when they're getting ready for pit stops, they go single file like this.
Well, so far, Elijah Innes is the only one that has called his pit window.
Yep. Either that or they're just taking a deep breath before the plunge here, because obviously usually the last 20 laps of the race are the most terrifying for these guys, because that's when, excuse my language, the shit hits the fan. And
the fecal defecation hits the rotary oscillator.
That'll do. I'm just like you, I don't have any filters.
I didn't even realize I said it the other night, so I do apologize.
I dropped the S-bomb, but I won't drop the F-bomb. That's not my forte.
Well, you know, the thing is, the type of day that I had up until that point, I was using the F word as commas.
I mean, it's kind of...
And your leader just announced they're pitting next time.
So expect wholesale pit stops coming down this time by as they come towards turn 1. Yeah, I'm thinking for yourself, it's kind of refreshing seeing only 2 cautions in this race, right?
Yeah. and the fact that I don't have to be race control for the first time all week.
Exactly, as well, until Monday at least anyway, so
for the first time all week, I don't have to be race control.
yeah.
Race control Monday, race control Tuesday, race control Wednesday.
Race control and BRP
I
as
called
well.
him dead. I called him dead last night.
As they come down pit road right now, as Rick Seabrand's takes over the lead. Daniel Falkingham going to bring it down. Everybody very close towards pit road right now. Falkingham fastest into pit road, but he's going to have a long run towards the end of pit road as his pit stall is near the back. Let's take a focus on Rick
He's taking
Seabrand's.
tires.
Yeah, I think everybody's going to take tires at this point because they can make it from here. This is the money stop.
Well, he took right as the 76 is down and away. A 3 wide on pit road, and Gibbet.
Cody Smith coming out first.
A 7. Yeah.
But gets passed on the apron. That is a legal move. Once you pass that line, you can make those moves. And here comes Falkingham making a big pass on the apron.
Good grief.
As here comes Scott Warren, Rick Seabrand's Mark Mann, Chris Worrell, Ryan Worley, Greg McConey, and James Cato all down into pit road right now. And the first time we've spoken about Ryan Worley today, actually. Not really spoken much about him, obviously in that blue and white car, as we're going to focus on the lead pack here. Daniel Falkingham as they're coming through 3 and 4 right now. And Brody Smith is not hanging around.
No, he's not, and I don't blame him.
Bringing Cody Smith with him. Joe Francis trying to go with him, but not very successful there. He's got Derek Pemberton next to him as well. Daniel Falkingham going to have to fall back outside that top 3 for the time being. And this will be your top running order as they come through 1 and 2. It depends on how quickly these guys can get up to speed here. And they're going to come out of track right in front of this speeding pack right now. And we're going to see from this dynamic camera how quickly they can take over the lead here.
So I got to ask you, dude, the 22 and the 7, is there any relation there?
I have absolutely no idea.
Okay, I don't feel left out then.
So Chris Worrell getting out the lead there. I think he might be able to speed there, but he doesn't really have any help there. He's going to be a sitting duck once these guys get to him.
Yeah. He got out a little too far on Rick Seabrand's, and that's what happens there. As there goes the Smith boys and Falkingham around on the outside to take the lead. And here comes Derek Pemberton to put the fight to Falkingham.
Yep, Cody Smith holding on to 3rd place. Now Falkingham going to have to take the 2nd line along with Derek Pemberton right behind. A big gap between Cody Smith and Ryan Worrell as they come through turns 1 and 2, sorry. 3 and 4, I am right. Worrell coming back down pit road. No, he's been pushed down on the apron. I apologise. Actually, I think Worrell's backing out of that. He's not gonna. He says, "No bueno, I'm backing out."
Yeah, because he knows what's about to happen. As we're 15 to go next time across the stripe, all bets are off at this point.
As
15 to go? Yeah, 15 to go.
Well, 16. They're going to be 15 when they come to the line.
That's what I said. Next time across the stripe. I had to check my half-hour presentas.
Not very often you have to do that, but anyway, they come through 3 and 4. Brody Smith still leading this thing. They're coming up on Gavin Hibbs, and I believe that is John LeBombard they're coming up on as well. To put another lap on those guys. Actually, this is Gavin Hibbs going for his first lap down, so unfortunate for him to go a lap down this late in the game. As Brandon Wilson, a few problems for him. I believe we've lost Brandon Wilson. No? Just connection problems.
Yeah, 4-digit ping.
Yeah. There he goes. He's back in it again, I think. Yeah, he's done the gentlemanly...
Give that last lap to... sorry, go ahead.
I think he did the most gentlemanly thing there, just backing out of it and knowing that he's had connection issues, just backing off and just staying out of the way as Jason Papp coming back down pit road. Just, what were you going to say there?
I was going to say, give that last lap to Falkingham over Brody Smith. As Smith takes over that lap, and they are coming up on a gaggle of lappers as they work their way into 1 and 2 and start to head down the super stretch.
Yeah, and the lappers are not very straight there. You saw Jason Dora just scraping the wall there through 1 and 2, but they do stay out of the way there. So good move for those guys. Now this is going to be the challenge for these guys. Are they going to get to the checkered flag without burning a green-white checker? That's one thing they've not been able to do yet this season.
Okay, so if you are a member of the iRacing E-Series, you can sign up to the petition to fly Sam Cooper Bennett over to the States. You can take turns kicking him in the ding-ding. That's the I Want to Kick Sam Cooper Bennett in the ding-ding petition. It's $5 per person to sign, so hopefully we can sign the GoFundMe at Kick Sam Cooper Bennett in the ding-ding at GoFundMe.com.
Yeah, that'll do. Or you can get your hate mail coming at Sam Cooper Bennett at ESPN Towers at P.O. Box OICU 812. And
while you're at it, and while you're searching the web, you can also go to our Teespring store. Legit here. Teespring.com/ESBN, and you can get all your ESBN merch.
Yeah, and if you put in the promo code ESBN20, all higher caps, you will get free shipping if you live in the United States of America, so make sure you take advantage of the offer. And coming soon, there will be a money off offer promo code coming soon. More details of that to come in the next few days. But going back to the racing right now, Brody Smith still holding on to proceedings here as they come flying down the back stretch here, the super stretch here as they call it here in Daytona. And it's the same running order as the 92 getting out of shape. Seabrands almost losing that car. And there goes Falking, a big crash into the wall. Big wreck into the wall there for the 0-3. And another bad night, a bad end to his night there for Daniel Falkingham. And with 12 laps to go, and it was, Derek Pemberton getting into the back of him. What's that? It was Falkingham getting out of shape. No, it wasn't Falkingham getting out of shape. It looks like Pemberton just moved him.
Well, let me look at this.
Oh, no, there was a bit of a...
no, it was... The 22 came up and unsettled the 03, and Pemberton just never lifted.
No.
And Falkingham asking the same questions that I have heard... Week. What do I got to do to make it to the end of one of these races?
As surprisingly, Pemberton does not have any damage on his car after that. Cody Smith still there in third. And you're gonna. I'm predicting we're gonna see these guys come down pit road for one last top up of fuel before the end of this race. Surprisingly not.
I would pack a little fuel in it, but the thing is, there's only 17 cars on the lead lap. Give me 4 tires. I'm gonna try to make some moves.
It's going to be 15 now. Gavin Hibbs is 1 lap down. Falkingham's surely going to go a lap down after having to tow that. Brandon Wilson will be the last driver on the lead lap. He's back in P15. Is Falkingham actually going to limp it back to pit road, it seems?
Yes.
He's about to blow the engine, though, because those revs are going through the roof. But I think that's the night over for Falkingham, because a car that damaged, not going to be very competitive anymore.
Well, it all depends on... let me look here. Oh, yeah, he's done. It's... done, son.
Yeah, there is not one straight piece of bodywork on that car anymore. As
he's got to hope Derek Pemberton wads both Smiths at the restart, and then he might have a shot at it.
Cato in pit road as well. I'm guessing he might have had an unfortunate coming together as well during that wreck. Let's go back and see what happened to the 3 and the 3. No, actually just pulling it into pit road. He's been in there for quite some time now. Oh, he was caught up in that with Marcus Adams as well. Okay. Actually, Marcus Adams looked like he pinned him against the wall with that one. So unfortunate there for James Cato. He does come back out of pit road on the lead lap. He's just pit farming the car for now. The Tennessee native. As looks like Gavin Hibbs might have got the lucky dog, and he has. So good for him to get back on the lead lap.
Lights are out on the pace car.
They certainly are. So it's going to be Brodie Smith bringing us back to green here with Derek Pemberton in second. Cody Smith in third. Joe Francis in P4. P5 going to Rick Seabrands, and P6 to Mark Mann. And who'd have thought that for Mark Mann, being involved in that first wreck here tonight?
Oh, hats off to Mark Mann for getting that car back up in the top 10. And I just realized what's on Joe Francis's car. Okay, I can change my mind. But
louder with Crowder.
What could possibly go wrong here? We got 18 laps to go when we take the green. Xfinity cars at Daytona, and I don't think anybody in the top 10 has won yet this season, have they?
Let me take a look. No, they haven't. Actually, nobody in the top 15 has won yet. No, James Cato has won a race, but he's probably going to be off the pace now. Same for Gavin Hibbs.
He's going to be way off the pace, and so is Gavin Hibbs. So you take a look at the top 13, the guys that actually have a legit shot at winning this. We are going to see another first-time winner this season, as the pace truck is off and green flag is out. We are back underway. Brodie Smith pulling the trigger. Cody Smith going with him, and Pemberton kind of asleep at the switch there, getting the daylight shoved out of him by Joe Francis right now.
And Francis really putting the bumper to the 82 now as they come towards turns 1 and 2, as Cody Smith going to get the better run on the exit of turn 2, as Rick Seabrand's going to be right behind him as well. Mark Mann still right there. Chris Worrell has been ever present here tonight as well in this second half of the race at least. And James Lowe has been there pretty much the whole race now. Is in that top 10. Ryan Worley has been pretty much there as well as Greg McConey. I think this is pretty much the highest he's been all night in that 12. Having spot problems as well.
hats off to the 12, and I'm gonna actually nominate Greg Marconi for as clean as that car is ESPN Driver of the Night for being able to survive 80 laps at Daytona at night in the B car with no spotter. So that's my vote right now.
I agree.
So still a drag race as they haul it off down the super stretch. It's Pemberton on the outside line, Smith on the inside line, and nobody wants to make a move yet, Sam, as we're closing in on 6 to go this time across the stripe.
Yeah, as Brody Smith still leads this thing towards turn 1. Pemberton still leading that outside line, but for how long? Because Joe Francis looking really hungry. And the gap is
Derek
just...
Pemberton at the stripe by 1/10,000th of a second. They had to go to the 4th digit to give it to Derek Pemberton that lap.
Still a word from our good friend Mr. Byron Rodney. He says ESPN Saturday night doesn't get any better than this one. You should come and see these guys on Friday night. Batman! And caution will fly. And I believe we're going to see green white checkers on this, and the pole sitter Scott Warren getting the worst out of that one. And it was Mark Mann that started that one again, I think. Oh no, it was Warren that got into the side of Mann, I think.
Warren turned the 4.
Yeah.
Or 04.
We're going to see it right here.
He tried to take the sucker hole and just the whole floor was down.
And Brandon Wilson taking a race car to the face.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Take a look at it from Brandon Wilson's point of view. Yeah, wow.
And that's what the underside of a race car looks like, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's go back and go on board with that one. As I wasn't really on board, let's go back and take a look.
I have a camera on his helmet, Sam. I put one on there before we started this melee tonight.
Yeah, and we're looking on board from Brandon Wilson. That's what the underside of a Xfinity car looks like, ladies and gentlemen. As Tony already alluded to, as we are slowed down and ready go again. And I believe we're in green white checkered territory almost. But with there only being 3 laps on the only 3 pacing laps, I'm pretty sure we won't see the overtime just yet.
Well, we're going to have one shot at not going into overtime. Place your bets.
As Ishandora gets the lucky dog, that'll put him only 1 lap down now. GT Park, the last driver on the lead lap, actually, the number 76, and we've not seen much of GT Park since the start of this race. He has not had the best of luck since falling backwards through. I think it was through the green flag stops he fell back.
Well, he's still pit farming that car.
Yeah.
And the question is, can he still make it from here? As this is going to be fun to see. It's going to be an all Smith front row as we go back to green. Brody Smith in the Ritz Oreo Cookies number 22 Chevy Monte Carlo, and he's going to be joined with Cody Smith in the Xbox number 7 Monte Carlo. Yeah, Monte Carlo. I can tell the difference of cars. Camaro, thank you. Sorry. Chevy Camaros tonight, and I believe we're going to have
It's a modern day Monte Carlo.
No, it's not. And then Derek Pemberton, the only Ford in the top 5.
Yeah, it's,
Oh, no, I stand corrected. Joe Francis in the only other Ford, and Chris Worrell. Hats off to Chris tonight, too.
yeah, he's been ever present here tonight. Not really let anything get away. He did have that big moment when he got stuck behind Keith Smalley and lost the draft. Thankfully, the caution helped him with that one, but was struggling to recover for the first part. Has now found his way back on the on the outside looking in when it comes to the top 5, but really ever present here tonight. Done very well, but still I think the ESPN driver of the night still goes to Greg McConey.
Absolutely. As lights are out on the Chevy Silverado pace truck, the official pace truck of iRacing, as the field works its way down the super stretch, we are going to have we're going to have a green-white checker without it being an overtime green-white checker, Sam.
Yeah, and let's see how this one goes. Obviously, we've seen in the past few races that these restarts, when it comes to the end of the race, can be wild, as Derek Pemberton having a blinking, you can say it.
He's like a fat kid with lemon in his eye.
There you go.
And I can say that because I am a fat kid.
Me too. As they come out of turn 4, pace truck will take the left turn onto pit road, and we will get things going for the first unofficial green-white checker here as they come down towards the line. Cody Smith looks like he might have got the better restart there as they come flying down towards turn 1. Brody Smith got the better push from Derek Pemberton as they come in towards the 1 and 2 complex. This is going to be a tight one here, Tony.
I don't know if they're going to make it to the white portion of this green-white checker restart. As yes, Cody Smith did have the lead at the stripe. The green did come out before he pulled the trigger for 1/1000th of a second as they haul it off into turn number 2. Still side by side. The Smith boys hold point right now as you got Pemberton and Seabrands trying to make some headway behind them.
As they come out of turn 4 now, we are going to get the white flag here as they take to the line. And Brody Smith take that one by a splitter over Cody Smith, and Derek Pemberton getting a bit desperate there behind the 22. What are we going to see here as we are on the final lap of this race? Cody Smith on the outside, Brody Smith on the inside, Derek Pemberton pushing the living daylights out of that 22 as they come out of turn 2 there, Tony.
And you mentioned it earlier, Pemberton, the only way, or sorry, somebody mentioned it earlier, Pemberton, the only way he's going to be able to get by Brody Smith is to push it. That works too.
His mom said he could be anything, so he decided to be another car. As they come down towards the line, big jump there for Rick Seabrand. Seabrand goes around. Cody Smith pinned against the wall, and Ryan Worrell is going to steal the win here. Out of nowhere, and that just really escalated quickly. Ryan Worley going to take second, and Joe Francis coming on with the top 3. That just escalated out of nowhere, Tony.
What the hell did we just watch?
I have no idea. There was a big glitch between Brody Smith and Derek Pemberton. But Chris Worrell, we said he was ever present here tonight. We're going to go back to the finish of that race, and we're going to see what happened between Pemberton and Brody Smith. Had a bit of a glitch there. We're going to just go on board.
Connection issues for Pemberton on that one.
Yeah, we're going to go on board with Chris Worrell, and you're going to see what happened here. And Worrell actually got into the side of Seabrands. Seabrands pinning Cody Smith to the wall. That ended their race, and Worrell just taking the win away just from that one move alone. But a winner's a win in this case, and he'll take it however he can get it.
Well, from the looks of it, Seabrand was trying to throw some blocks there, and that's exactly what he was trying to do. Sorry, I was just looking at it from Worley's car as coming out of 4, Sebring kind of ran high and Worrell ran low, and then Sebring cut back down low and left the sucker hole open. Worrell tried to fill it, and Sebring ran out of room to try to throw the block.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that cost him the race win here tonight. But the man that is going to be given the race win is this man, Chris Worrell. And great recovery from the early mishap he had, been getting stuck behind the slower car. Let's bring down Chris Worrell. I've got him right here now as I've got him in the booth there. Chris Worrell, Sam in the booth, you got a copy?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Not too bad. A bit of a controversial incident between you and Sebring at the end there, but you bring home the win here. Your first win of the season. Got to be happy.
I'm not happy at all. I didn't mean to turn Rick there. There was the inside line checked up there coming to the line, and I went to go, try to make my move. And when I saw that I was going to end up behind Rick, I tried to just slow down to push him. I should have just took the middle right then and just to play it safe. But he went for the block. He did it well. I was behind him, and I tried to slow up for him to push him for the win, and ended up turning him. And I'm so sorry. I don't deserve that one at all. I feel horrible about that one.
Yeah, but a win it is, and you've been searching for this win all season, and you've been ever present in that top 10 all race long. Unfortunately, about midway through the race, you did get caught up behind a lap car, and that really lost you the draft. Looked like you were struggling to get back up there. Was that the case from after that incident?
Honestly, yeah, I went to I was having problems with my PC, and I didn't have it where I saw so many cars, so the cars weren't. I didn't see that lap car there, so when I went to move and go to the back, it was actually one of my teammates. It was a lap car, and I got stuck behind him and fell to the back. So yeah, I didn't even see him coming there. But I fixed the problem with the PC, got back out there, and oh man, I don't know. I don't even know what else to say right now. I just hate the way that ending happened so bad.
Yeah, and these finishes always wild when it comes to the end of the races. You don't know who's going to come home with the win at the end of it, and I'm guessing you were expecting this kind of finish when we went back to green there.
Well, the way it looked, I wasn't expecting it to wreck to the green. I was hoping for a 3 wide there, and Cody blocked my outside, so I went to shoot to the middle and then to the far left because I saw that Rick was there in the middle. And then Rick saw what I was doing. He put the perfect block there. And then, at that point, I had made up in my mind, I'm just going to push Rick to the win here and let him beat that 7 car. And, I was letting off the gas the whole time, and I ended up turning there, which sucks. I really don't want to win this way. It's horrible. Rick deserved that one. So shout out to Rick on that. I'm sorry that happened, buddy.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's never easy to win that way, but... anyway, moving on to the we're off next week for Labor Day, but when we come back, we're back at Daytona in the Cup cars, but we're back at the old version of Daytona. What's your thoughts going into that one?
I can't wait. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that race. Been looking forward to it all year. I think it's going to be a little wild, definitely wilder than this race, but I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. Hoping to go and get a win there too. Hoping not to win it the same way I won tonight. That'd be great. But looking forward to it nonetheless.
All right. And before I let you go and celebrate there, Chris, anyone you want to give a shout out to?
To the league, to you guys broadcasting for us. I've been enjoying y'all's broadcast ever since you came and started broadcasting the league. And I forgive me for forgetting everything right now, but
that's all right.
All the league sponsors and stuff, but that's all I can think of right now. Jason Pat for putting it on.
All right.
That would be Plan B Sales, iRacing, iFlags, Butt Kicker, AC Paints, and Midwest Motors Customs.
Thank you for doing that for me. I feel so bad after that wreck. I can't even think straight right now.
Understandable, sir.
All right, Chris Worrell in the Bulls Guarana Cherry number 6 coming home with a win there. Congratulations, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time.
Thank you, sir.
So that was Chris Worrell joining us in the booth there. Joining Tony in the booth now is the man that finished second. That would be Mr. Ryan Worley.
Ryan, you took that Ford Mustang GT from 18th to the podium. Talk us through that finish, sir.
First of all, you guys can hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear
Yes,
you.
sir.
I had to reset my computer this week, so all my stuff just got reset, and that's why I'm running this older paint scheme. But yeah, so at the end there, I was just, at the end, you eventually get to the point where you're like, I've got to go. If I sit back, I'm getting wrecked. If I go, I'll probably get wrecked, but you got to try at some point, right? So I thought it was like, okay, we're just going to go, and we're going to try to stick it on this outside and push the 6 here. So I stayed there, and coming into that last turn, I knew that's where most of our wrecks in the series happened. So I was prepared for them to wreck and hoping that maybe I get through it, and I magically did. But I saw those two cars like inside each other, and I didn't know what iRacing was doing. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to kind of hold my foot down here and see what happens. And I had them 3 wide in front of me there on the last straight, and thought I might actually have a chance because I had the momentum, but I couldn't go around them without having to go below the yellow. So I just decided to push that 6 there, and me and him finished 1-2.
Well, you got to kind of think that it was bound to happen with, an unofficial green-white checker taking place. Did you happen to see what checked up that inside line coming through 3, or were you just concentrating on?
It was basically what it looked like was those 2 cars kind of going inside each other, some net code build there. And everybody saw that and thought they were wrecking, and so they were backing off to try to avoid a wreck. And being on the outside, just hold wide open, and that usually will get you around a wreck that's on the inside, hopefully.
Well, as the series moves forward, we're going to be off next week, and then the following week we're going to be back at Daytona, but the old version of Daytona in the Cup car. Your thoughts about that in 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting because I remember when I first got on iRacing having to use that old Daytona. I'm wondering why they gave us all that really bumpy one, but I think what you're gonna see a lot of is single file, double file at most, but it's gonna be a little more about saving some tire and stuff because that track will beat it up a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that track's known to just kill tires. So, is there anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
Well, I always got to thank our sponsors at Plan B Cells, iRacing, iFlag, Butt Kicker, AC Paints, and especially Midwest Motor Customs. They, if you know my teammate there, Greg, he runs that awesome paint schemes all the time. And I got to look at the one he's going to have for our throwback race that we got coming up. It is an awesome paint scheme. I'm really excited to see that thing on track. And then I always got to thank the good Lord above just clearing the path and give me a way straight to second place tonight. So always going to be happy with a good spot.
All right, Ryan, congratulations on the podium, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
All right, see you guys.
That was Ryan Worley joining us in the booth. Now joining me in from 3rd place here was Joe Francis. And Joe, you hung back in the latter half of the top 10 for the most part of the race, and somehow found your way through and nicked that 3rd place, last spot on the podium. Got to be happy with that one.
Oh yeah, finally satisfied to get a pretty good finish in IES. Still looking for a win though, so good to get a good finish for the team.
Yeah, and definitely going to be pleased with this one. It was definitely a race of attrition here tonight with some pretty big wrecks out there. What did you have to do to try and avoid those? Obviously, that first one was pretty scary, I bet.
Close my eyes and pray. Oh, it's just one of those things where you never know what's going to happen, and you just gotta hope you get through it, honestly, because you can just pile up so fast, and everything changes immediately, and you think you get through it, then suddenly more cars are flying in, and so on and so on and so on. More cars coming in, you get destroyed. It just is what it is. It's just a product of plate racing.
Absolutely, and you've obviously had to deal with this all season long, and you obviously got to get a lot of practice with avoiding with the wreck avoidance, and definitely paid off for you here tonight. Obviously, you've kept it strong there in the top 10. I'm guessing it was just staying in the draft of the guys in front of you, just to give yourself a little bit of a chance of staying in it, right?
Oh yeah, a little bit of patience, just kind of minding your own business, just worrying about yourself for a little while, trying to help out teammates for a little while. But after they're all kind of taken out of the race, you gotta just find your way on your own.
Absolutely. Sorry, carry on.
No, you go ahead.
Yeah, well, with next week, we're taking the week off. The following week, we are heading back here at Daytona, but we're off to the old version of the Cup cars. What are your thoughts heading into that one? That's going to be a pretty tricky one, I'm guessing.
I have not raced on that old track in about a year, but the best way I described it, I believe it was Kelly Yarborough that described it as juggling chainsaws. And I didn't believe him until I drove on that track on iRacing. I know it's not directly compared to real life, but that was a pretty dead-on comparison. You're sawing that wheel back and forth. Just, I don't know. Yeah, got to focus so much.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in there in the what is it? The trucks.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
old
they
trucks.
go. Yeah, the old trucks. They go there all the time, and I've been there a few times and just cannot control the truck around there. It's almost impossible. But in a Cup car where it's twice the speed, it's going to be absolutely terrifying trying to get to the end on that one.
Oh yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Absolutely. So before I let you go and celebrate your third place there, Joe, anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, Jason Papp for putting on the league. He always does a good job. And Plan B Sales, iRacing, iFlag, Butt Kicker, AC Paints, Midwest Motors, Customs, reading off the list here, trying to make sure I get everybody. Teammates, James, GT, Gavin, Jesse. Sorry you guys didn't get a better result. And all of Strictly Stock Motorsports for putting on an effort to get good results in this league.
All right.
That's about it.
All right, Joe Francis in the loudercrowder.com, number 50 Mustang coming home in third place. Congratulations one more time, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you. Appreciate it. See you then.
So that was Joe Francis joining us in the booth there. Tony, I've said this to Frank many times every week, but another wild finish here in this league.
This series never fails to give exciting finishes. Now, granted, there might be some hurt feelings afterwards, but still, just a ton of excitement all race long.
Yeah, and with that, we are going to go straight to the results of this race, and coming home with the victory tonight after last lap dash and unfortunately getting into the back of another driver to get there. Chris Worrell, not happy to win the way he did, but did bring home the win regardless. Ryan Worley going to come home in second, and Joe Francis rounds out your top three here tonight. Michael Anthony coming home with another top five. He comes home in P4. Derek Pemberton, after being in the top three on that restart, has to settle for P5. Last week's winner, Gavin Hibbs, coming home with a P6. Good recovery from him with a damaged car. Brody Smith in P7. 8th going to James Lowe. 9th to Greg McConey, 10th to Brandon Wilson. That's your top 10 right there. 11th going to Scott Warren, 12th to Rick Seabrands, 13th to Cody Smith, 14th to Mark Mann, 15th to James Cato, 16th to GT Park, and 17th going to Z Shandura. Tony, bring us to the end.
Excuse me, John Lombard. I can talk tonight, really. Lombard. Coming home in 18th, 19th going to Kyle Smalley, Elijah Ennis in 19th, 20th going to Ryan Broderick, Daniel Falkingham falling all the way to 22nd, Marcus Adams in 23rd, Connor Trafari in 24th, 25th going to Nicholas Wing, Jason Papp in 26th, Keith Smalley being scored in 27th, Gene Cato in 28th, 29th going to Zach Borman, Ryan Dormer in 30th, 31st going to Jesse Cottrell, Sean Stevens in 32nd, 33rd going to Aaron Tribble, and Brian Bothwell not taking the green.
So that is going to do it for us here tonight here at Daytona. Great racing all round here, as we thank the sponsors here for this series: Plan B Sales, iRacing, iFlag, AC Paints, Butt Kicker, and of course Midwest Motor Customs. But that is going to do it for us here tonight here at Daytona. Another fantastic race with the iRacing E-Series. Obviously, as I just mentioned, we are taking a week off from the series as they take a week off for Labor Day. Looking ahead on the schedule tomorrow, we are back with NASCAR Online as they take their turn at Daytona. And Sunday, we are off. So next broadcast you'll see me in the booth for will be Monday with the Paskies Online Series. They will be going to Las Vegas. But for now, that is going to do it for me and Tony here at Daytona. Big thanks to the league sponsors. Big congratulations going out to Chris Worrell. But for now, all that's left for me to say is keep it clean, keep it green, and we will be back tomorrow night live with NASCAR Online. Have a good night.